everyone, welcome back to the group chat. On today's episode, we discuss some motivational tips for the new year.
Do something you like, but then add a twist. So like, wear something cute. Like, you know what I mean? Like, feel
to
good.
be fair,
like,
good workout gear will get me there.
There you go.
You do have the best workout wardrobe.
Plus all the TV we're watching, including the Traitors.
The bit that really set me, Traitors, Linda.
I know. And plenty of products we're loving, including some beauty heroes. Everyone keeps asking me about my hair being shiny, and I was like, oh, is it? But it must be working. It's a good one. Stay tuned. We're back. Happy New Year. Were you singing a song?
I don't know. It was giving jingle bells.
Oh, guys, it's
and it
so
feels
nice
out
to
of
be
season.
back.
I know.
Very nice.
Before we get into it, just a reminder that while you can listen to us, you can also watch us with bonus content on YouTube. So go head over there for that. We're going to go through our outfits now, actually, before we start anything else.
Yeah, I must say, Sapna, your sort of whole aesthetic
This
today.
colour is so...
It's working with
It's
the set,
really nice.
isn't it?
I
Yeah.
feel like it really is.
Yeah, the chair.
The
chair
nails, the
looks
loafers,
great.
the knit.
Thanks, guys. I really
It's
enjoyed
giving
that.
autumnal. I'm here for it. And a bit of eclectic grandpa. This is a bit of me.
Yes,
Very
that's what I
nice.
was going for.
I love it.
Talk us through. What are you wearing?
I am wearing a cos knit, and I'm obsessed. Like, I've got this in 2 colours. It's just honestly the best knit.
You got it in
So
navy as
warm.
well.
Actually, I've got it in 3. I've got
Yeah.
it in
She's just remembered.
Oh my God. Black, navy, and this one. And honestly, like, as much as they are a bit more expensive, I do really believe in investing in knitwear if I'm going to invest in anything. These cords are from Topshop, and then the loafers are mango.
Lovely.
I may just purchase those cords. They look
Do
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
They're a bit old, but I think Topshop still have like a really similar
Yeah, they always
vibe.
reinvent very
And you've
nice.
got some red cords as well.
I have.
Yeah.
Those are from a line, and they're a really nice like balloon. Oh, I love it.
Very cool.
Saroop, what are you wearing?
I have got gazelles on, new colourway. They're the tonal kind of like chocolatey brown mocha style.
So nice.
And then my jeans are Citizens of Humanity. They are the barrel leg jeans. I always wear these. I'm layering today because it's absolutely Baltic outside. I've got a roll neck on from Mango. My cardigan is from ASOS, Topshop, I think. And my jacket is from H&M. And I wanted this jacket for ages, and it finally was in the sale, and it was only an XL. And my dad was like, "That's so big for you." I was like, "That's how I want it." I was like, "Sir, oversized is the fashion." He's like, "Okay." And my next scarf is Rise and Fall.
Very
What are you wearing,
nice.
Dave?
I've gone for a bit of double denim moment. You know when you're just not sure what to wear?
Double denim.
But you
my
know what?
fail-safe.
If your mum were there this morning, she'd have told you off. That is not warm enough for this weather.
I know, and I was doing it up like I really need a roll neck or something. Anyway, I have got some H&M jeans on and a Gold Day denim jacket. I have got my fluffy Birks.
they are so
These
good.
are the Shearling Birkenstocks. I've had them for 2 years, and I can't say they've even
they look
even
box fresh.
aged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
good.
if you're thinking about those as
I
an
am.
investment,
Are they comfy?
yeah, but also they've got a proper sole, so
As
you
well,
can
okay.
go and take the bins out in them. You know what I mean? They're not like they're the slippers you can wear inside and
I know.
outside.
Oh, they
I
look
think
so
it's slightly questionable that I've worn them to work, but I think I get away with it because I'm on the podcast.
Exactly.
So good.
I feel like it's always like over Christmas, you're like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to do anything but be on my sofa or my bed and
Yeah.
like my Christmas tree. But then when you actually come back, you're like, oh no, there's other people. Like,
Yeah.
I can have
Oh my God,
conversations
socialising,
again.
it's wild. Yeah. You get like sucked back into like COVID life. And then you're like, oh.
My brain hasn't worked this hard in a very long time.
No, but I feel like we've slipped straight into it. We're,
Yeah, we
we're
have.
on day 2 for
Yeah.
those listening.
Yeah, it just feels back to normal,
It
doesn't it? You
does.
just get back into routine quite quickly.
Fully slip back in. But I do feel like there's so much pressure with the new year
Yeah.
vibe
Oh.
because you can genuinely reinvent or like refresh yourself any
Anytime.
day, any time of the year, like August 23rd. Like it doesn't have to be January. But
For
then
me, it was at the end of last quarter. I was
it?
honestly, my energy levels were so low. I was
Yeah.
burning out, and I was just like, I need to take a step back.
Yeah, it happens.
I took 2 full weeks off at Christmas, did nothing,
Yeah, same.
didn't see anyone, just
most people are off at the same time, so you feel like you can really switch off from it all, and it's like school holidays, right?
Yeah. And you know what the thing is, whilst people talk about like reinventing themselves, sometimes I see it as like just being either a better you.
Yeah.
And you know what, like you know, like you get all these quotes and stuff like that. You can improve yourself any minute of any day.
Yeah.
Like you can like pull yourself up on something and be like, oh, I could have been better there.
Yeah.
Or oh, I could have done better at that. And that like you can reinvent at any time, as you said. And I was on the tube yesterday and I heard this girl on the phone and I think she's talking to her boyfriend. She was saying how all her other housemates have really reinvented themselves for 2025. And she's like, I feel like I haven't got my shit together. And I wanted to be like, that's so normal. Like it's another day.
Literally,
like what you
what's
stayed up until like
changed?
1 a.m. watched Jules Holland and went back to bed. Like
Yeah, what's changed
Do you know what I
overnight?
mean?
that
I
you
did
have
my
to be a
I did my
different person?
vision board last April.
Oh, that's
I do
that's
it every
nice.
quarter because I
Do
feel like
you?
it
Yeah,
is
that's
like
nice.
it's as the
really
seasons
good.
change more than like the year change. I mean, I always do one at the end of the year, but still, I feel like it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. I do get a new planner though.
No, yeah.
That's the only thing I have
got
to
to.
get. So, new planner, obviously.
Guys, I saw this TikTok, which is like blowing my mind slightly. It was basically this girl, and she was saying how, I think it's Stanford or something, this university. Bear with me, by the way, this needs a bit of explanation. But like, that's like the hardest university to get in. Like, it's got the lowest acceptance rate. It's like something like 3% or something like that. And she was saying like, what is the actual probability that I'm actually here, like alive right now, like born? Like, she was asking ChatGPT, and the probability was like 1 in 400 trillion.
Wow.
And she was basically saying like, if you get accepted into Stanford, you're like, you feel so blessed, you feel so like honored to be there, you're like making the most of it. She's like, why do we not feel that every day for our life?
Oh,
Like
100%.
Yeah.
it's like tiny like 0.0000 whatever point chance that we even are here today.
100%.
So like, why do you not
I
like make
agree.
every like day
Count.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jay, like my partner, he's really good at pulling me up on like, why are you stressing about this? Like, we could be in such a worse situation. That's what we always say as a family. Always be like, you know what, I'm like so blessed to be where I am.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's all it is. Like in 2025, if you're going to rebrand yourself to anything, just be a better you.
Exactly.
That's it. It doesn't care. Like, it doesn't matter about like goals and achievements. Just know that like you're doing the most
Love
that
that.
you can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it.
You know, everyone talks about Blue Monday and like the January blues and it just being awful weather and it's like cold and horrible. Like, do you guys have any personal things that you do that make you feel a bit more like, I don't know, motivated, or like that helps your mental health around this time of year?
Seeing girlfriends and friends,
Yeah.
that for me, that gives me energy. And it's, you know, don't feel the need you need to block out every single evening of your diary, every single weekend, but do create moments in your week that you give to your friends.
Yeah.
You're very good at like actually exercising. I mean, actually, you both are. You both like run and everything. How do you genuinely find the motivation? Because I struggle. I mean, I make so many excuses, especially when it's cold. How do you just do it?
I'll always say to Daisy that I admire that Daisy always goes outside and runs. So your motivation is, I think, a different level. For me, like, honestly, yours is so impressive. For me, mine has always been, I've never, like, I don't have a gym membership. I always work out at home and I'll only do the workout if I want to do it. I feel like during COVID, I got a bit addicted to this app called Fit, but it's F-I-T.
Yes, I've heard of it.
And it's a great app. Like, absolutely love the app. It was great. But I got a bit addicted and I feel like I got into a habit where
You felt like you had to do it.
yeah, I felt really down if I didn't do a 25-minute hit every day, and my hips were getting really sore, and I was like, what's going on?
But that's not healthy for
It's
you.
not.
Even as females, you know, our cycle,
no.
there's only really, if you think about the week before your period and then the week of your period, you only really have 2 weeks of the month that you feel okay.
I'm sorry, how
It is
depressing is
outrageous.
I know, I was explaining this to my boyfriend and he was just like, oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
because you
it.
feel crap the week before, the week of, and the week after.
But you're
And, like,
still
your
kind
body-
of recovering the week
Yeah.
after.
That's the thing. And your body's like strength levels are so different. It's like
And
we're
you need
weak
well, you
most
need
of the
to
time.
eat more as well.
Yeah.
You need a couple hundred more calories a day because of the stress that's on your body during your period. So
100%.
you really should. That's when you should be. You know, they call it tapering in running, where you pull back the mileage. But that is really when you
That's
should
a
be.
real motivation right there.
But you just have to listen to your body.
100%.
And actually, I know you might not be interested in those smartwatches or anything like that because you can get quite addicted to the stats or a bit obsessive with the stats. But it is really interesting since I've had a smartwatch.
Yeah.
I have trained a lot less because I've actually
see
yeah,
when
you
you
tell
need
you
to
take a
rest.
break.
it's like you're
Yeah.
overtraining. You need 48 hours recovery, and you're like, actually, the fact that this is telling me is even more sort of, you sometimes just need a friend or your partner to be like, no,
Chill
I
out,
agree
like,
with you.
take it-
Have
yeah.
a night in, or
Yeah.
don't do that. But sometimes these watches actually really help.
Tells you. And I think that's the thing. And it's like, as you said, listening to your body. So now I will only do a workout or a type of workout that I want to do. So like yesterday, I walked past the gym, absolutely ram out. I was like, oh my God, like it's so true. First Monday back, everyone's in the gym. So I'm just going to do some Pilates. So I did
Yeah.
Pilates at home, sweat a little bit. It wasn't like overly like enduring. It was just
Yeah,
like nice. And I
lovely.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it
So
made me
nice.
feel a bit...
But
think
that's
that's
for
it.
you should start with walking.
Yeah,
even
I
if
do
it's
like
something
something that you
walk.
enjoy.
But it is
do
hard
like
this time of
walking.
year with the dark, the
Yeah.
dark mornings, dark evenings. But go out with a friend, do
Yeah.
it with somebody,
Yeah.
have that
And
person.
the only
that
way I
holds
can
you
do it,
accountable.
try and, like you say, do something you like, but then add a twist. So like, wear something cute. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, feel
to
good.
be fair,
Like,
good
do
workout
you know what I mean?
will get me there.
There you go.
You do have the best workout wardrobe as well.
and it's just sat in her wardrobe. No, Daisy's right. Like, start with walking, and then
Yes.
like it does help. We were talking about this before. It helps having like a bit of a body,
Yeah,
or just a
totally.
friend to organise.
Well,
it
I
for.
don't really know how you do it this time of year if you don't have someone to do it
without
with.
someone else
Because
motivating
also,
you.
as a female, I don't feel that safe out
Yeah.
and
Oh
about
my
in
God,
the
no.
in the
Well,
dark.
it's dark.
So
Yeah.
Oh, that would be my other thing though. So now, although like I used to love that Fit app that always has a trainer, I don't ever really do a workout without a trainer. So mine will always be a trainer on YouTube because I feel like I have to
Keep you
listen to it.
motivated.
Yeah. I don't really go off like, that's why I know I can do the gym. Because I
Right.
just kind of like pretend that I know what I'm doing. Whereas with a trainer, like you're told 20 seconds,
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, you
So
need
it's
that
really
like
easy.
motivate, like a class.
Yeah.
I feel like
YouTube
yeah.
is so good for that. Like there are so many beginner things. Even if you're just like beginner from walking, it'll give you like a really light hit workout or like a really easy 25-minute one to like just speed up ever so slightly if you can't go outdoors. It's so good. Use YouTube.
But what about, aside from exercise, reading or journaling, what are your other goals?
Oh, I feel like health. Even
Habits.
last year, health was like a big thing for me. I'm just improving on that again. Like I started Simprove, I think this time last year, and I've actually been quite
brilliant,
consistent.
isn't
And I genuinely, I got quite ill at the end of the year, but until then I was touch wood, like all right. So I think it does work.
Yeah.
So it's just little things. It's like investing in my health. 2 years ago, I'd be like, I'm not spending that much money on gut health. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But now I'm like, I'd rather spend it
you
on
see
that
the difference, don't
than,
you? Yeah.
I don't know, some new clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like priorities.
Mine was physical, weirdly. Like me and my family went around and I was like, I agree. Like I've taken my freestyle greens so like strict with it all now. And I've noticed a massive difference. I'm not as tired and stuff like that. So it's like little things like that. And also not beating myself up about spending money. That sounds really silly, but I feel like I am like a cereal saver. So I'm like, mustn't buy a coffee, like mustn't buy my lunch. But now I'm like, well, if it happens here or there, like let it happen. It's normal. So I'm trying to like not, I think as you get older, you're taught to like save. But you earn money to spend it. So when you're out with your friends, don't get stressed if you go out for lunch and it's more than you thought.
Yeah. For
You had a good time.
Also, everything's relative. Like you're not, as long as you're not spending loads and loads all the time,
exactly.
like you've got to enjoy your life.
Spend the things on
Yeah.
stuff that makes your day better. You know, sometimes I'm like, it gets to sort of 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, I haven't prepped my lunch for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes I just think,
That's-
I'm going
that's
to
the
treat
thing.
myself
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that's literally it. I spent $2.30 on my apples yesterday. I got Pink Ladies, not Brabham.
I
Pink
saw
ladies.
that on your story.
I was like,
Ladies.
treat
Love it.
yourself. Guys, Pink Ladies are the best type of apples.
are.
But
They are.
£2.60 is daylight robbery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, they
that's
are
okay.
worth it though. They are
So
worth
good.
it. Okay, should we move on to the hot list?
Yes.
Firstly, I want to chat about TV. I feel like there has been so much good TV.
So much good
Well,
stuff.
Christmas is just the time to like binge everything, isn't
100%.
it? I feel like I've really caught up
Is
on
everyone
everything.
watching the Traitors?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So what are our
Winkleman.
first...
Wait, are we all up to date?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are you up to date?
I'm up to date.
Firstly,
Okay.
though, shout out Winkleman and her outfits. I have been
love
upset. She's
her.
coming out with some cape. She's done bits for a winter wardrobe. She's not just in a black blazer. She's got a little caped outfit. She's got a houndstooth blazer.
Yeah,
We did an article on her.
We did,
style
yeah.
last
we
year.
did.
Because it's so good.
it is the Highlands vibe, that like whole barber
Yes.
jacket,
So
wax
nice.
coat. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a vibe.
Why are there so many tears in episodes?
Oh,
like,
my
it's
God.
only been the first couple of episodes.
I think
Yeah.
someone needs to tell them they're not really going to a dungeon. Like, nothing's going to happen, guys.
Do you think it's because they want like time on camera, so they need to be more dramatic, so they're on camera, or do you think it's genuinely just a
Potentially.
very
No, I
pressurized
think they all
situation?
want an acting gig on Hollywood,
Right.
given this.
Yeah,
Probably.
I saw a
Christ.
TikTok like, what in the Hollyoaks acting is this, Linda?
Linda.
She was like, oh my God.
I know. So
No, it's the head on the table.
And she keeps saying, that's so stressful. I was like, well, make it look like it was,
Honestly.
love, because you don't look it.
No, and I really was like, is it going to be as good as last season? Obviously, we've had Harry and Paul
Yeah.
on the pod.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I'm really excited
is.
I'm
by it.
hooked.
It's
I
good.
always think, is it going to be good? And then there's always new characters, always something going
The
on.
mind games this time.
I
We've got
know.
a fake Welsh accent. We've
Yeah,
got an
sorry.
ex-soldier that's
But also,
like pretending
and
to be a
going in
nail
with
tech.
your sibling, I would never have done that
No.
because I think you're
Really?
just more of a target.
Target
They're
on
going to
your
get
back,
rid
yeah.
of at least one
Yeah,
of you.
100%.
true. If you are going in, you'll have at least maybe like a couple episodes together while people are not like threatened. Why did they not work together more?
Yeah, to like figure it out. Because to
Selfish
be
game
fair,
though, isn't it?
That's
Yeah,
the
but
thing.
surely
We-
with your sister you'd split the
Oh,
money.
But also, I would tell my brother that I was a traitor.
Well, yeah,
Can you
that's
do
what I
that?
mean.
You
We
allowed-
work
You're not
together.
allowed to though, are you? Because then you've like ruined the game essentially.
Yeah, true, actually.
But
Like,
it's
you can't
all a
really
game
say.
plan though. Like,
But you know what? I think you don't realise how much you start questioning yourself. Basically, Google the game. It's called Werewolf. We played it at Christmas. And you all close your eyes and there's one quiz host. They pick a werewolf. And then in each round, the werewolf kills someone. And the rest of the villagers have to figure it out. So it's like Traitors, but at home.
Right.
So we played it with our family. You start questioning everyone. You're like, you blinked 4 times. So it's honestly, that's the thing. I think when you're in there, you've got
Yeah.
no contact with the outside world.
Yeah.
You
It's
really do
heightened.
question
It is
everything.
heightened.
heightened.
Would you guys have sacrificed yourself on the train? I would have.
No.
no.
Yes. They're
Well,
going to come back.
that
They are
I
gonna
did think
come back.
There's
that.
no guarantee.
Have you seen the next set?
Well,
Obviously, by
I've
the
seen-
time this
No,
goes
but-
live, there'll have been 3 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You
that's the
there's
thing.
no
I think they're coming
guarantee.
back.
There's
But
no
every
guarantee.
single time someone has been cut at the very beginning, they've come back. It always happens. And they definitely knew that because these people are not doing it out the kindness of their heart.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that. But if I could pick anyone, I would be Mina.
Saroop,
She's
I
killing
think
it.
you'd be so calm and collected on the Traitors.
I feel like I would, like, to an extent, but then I feel like, because you never know how it's going to flip. Like, Armani, poor girl.
I
She
know,
was
she
in
was
there thinking she was going to
Girl
be great.
got
And
too
it was,
confident. She got too
she got
confident.
violated in that last one. And that's the thing, I feel like you can never be, like, too confident.
No.
Like, Mina, she's playing it right.
Yeah.
She's, like, keeping
Yes,
quite, like,
she is. I think she's
chill.
going to go far.
But the bit that really set me, Traitors, Linda.
I know.
I was like,
So
"Han,
funny.
play it
But also,
cool."
it really distresses me sometimes when people are going for the faithfuls and they are not
They
a
are-
traitor.
yeah.
Poor
And like you know
Kaz.
that stress, and I can
feeling,
see
yeah.
how that poor Ellen girl who
Yeah, I know the actual Welsh girl.
she
I
was
feel
getting
like she just
so
kept crying and
upset.
saying I'm Welsh.
And Kaz, the reasoning
know.
because he's smart and he's,
because
a doctor. I was like, I feel attacked
They're
for
clutching
you.
Yeah,
straws.
but when he came out and he said that, they were like, "That's not what we're saying." I was like, "I fear the playback will reveal." That's
Yeah,
exactly
I know.
what
They
he said.
they all turned on him like, oh my god, I
Yeah.
can't believe you said that. I was like, that's
You
literally
can't
what
go
you
in
said.
being intelligent. That's why they
No.
got rid of Yin. Like,
Yeah, at the very beginning.
Some friends of mine went on a group trip. There was about 10 of them. They went away for 4 days. They played Traitors on their friend's holiday.
cool.
So each evening they'd have like a dinner and they
Oh my
would do the
God.
whole round table.
That's
But they
so
said
cool.
it made the whole trip.
It's so
That's
good.
so
And in the
fun.
daytime, they were like
Trust
going on
anyone.
long walks, just like, who do you think the traitor is? And apparently, it dominated their whole like friends'
There's
holiday.
a game.
so
Did
good.
they play the actual game?
No, they just played it sort of. So there was
Oh.
one person who was supposedly Claudia, and then
Game host. Yeah.
and so they did it sort of legit way.
It's so good. It's such a good, like, whilst you're watching it, I was like trying to get my dad into it. He's like, it's too much. Like, you got to pay a lot of attention. I was like, but it's good for your brain.
Yeah.
It's such
Yeah.
a good bit of TV.
I wonder
to
if we
watch.
should do it in the office.
that would be
I'd love to.
fun.
So talking of good TV, Day of the Jackal.
Oh, I've not heard
Who's
of that.
watched
I
it?
have not.
Guys, it is hands down. You know, Top Boy is my favourite
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
series. This, I think, is up there.
Really?
And I'm very passionate about things I
Yeah.
like. But Day of the Jackal, I finished it last night. Guys, if you like Black Doves on Netflix,
Yeah.
you will love Day of the Jackal. Unbelievable.
I can't see him though as anything other than what's the wizarding spin.
Yes, I've not seen it, but I know what you mean.
All I can know, that's all I can see him as. Does he play like a good?
No,
is
he
it
pays.
convincing?
He basically is paid to assassinate people.
So it's literally like black. Yeah.
But it is the coolest. It's the coolest show. Yeah,
need to get on it.
So you need to get on that.
I really want to see Baby Girl.
Keep seeing sort of
I
like
know.
mashups on TikTok.
He's gonna be like the next Barry. I think this year's
gorgeous.
Barry.
I don't feel I've seen clips for this.
What? So it's Nicole Kidman. She's like this high-powered like CEO
killing
in this
it, isn't she?
company, and he is the intern basically. And it's sort of this like power play between them, and they get into like a not relationship, like a sexual relationship.
Okay.
But it's all about like who's actually in charge, and like he kind of it's really like you've got to watch the trailer because it's like very
okay.
saucy. But everyone's saying it's very good.
I
so
feel
really
like
wanna
I've
see it.
heard about it, but I've not actually seen a clip for it. But I do want to.
Watch the trailer.
I'm really bad at watching serious programs. Like I never.
It's a
watch...
movie.
Oh,
if that
it's a
helps.
film.
One
Okay,
and done.
fine. See,
Yeah.
I'll do that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm actually going to watch that.
Molly May's documentary is about to air.
Yes.
Who's
Very
excited for that?
So
I
excited.
love that she gives like more of an accurate insight into that lifestyle. Like, you know, when you watch Kardashians and you're like, oh, you can just tell it's obviously so like fake and glossy. I love watching
Yeah,
it.
it feels
'cause I'm
more
like,
raw,
you know
doesn't
what?
it?
Yeah, you feel like
Yeah.
you're actually getting like a real insight.
Exactly.
And we'll get an insight into her life. We'll get an
Yeah.
insight into her business launch.
Oh, we might see you guys on it.
Yeah.
Might see sheer Lux in the first
Honestly,
couple of
isn't that
episodes.
wild?
Who knows?
Hopefully,
It might end up being a
Cheeky
5
bit of the
second cut.
Rudy popping up. I'm so excited.
It was
Yeah.
a really exciting shoot. But yeah, hopefully our cover star shoot might appear in the documentary.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
One thing she does really well is that I think she's quite honest about the fact that she's not a hugely outgoing person. And I feel like she gives...
No, I keep seeing
Yeah.
TikToks about this, or like maybe it's clips from her YouTube vlogs,
Yeah.
but her just saying like, I've realized I just don't like having fun. And I was like, I relate to that so
Yeah.
much.
And she talks about
you
she's got
guys
a really
watch her
small
vlogs?
circle. I've watched like
I've
bits
watched
and
them
pieces.
before,
She
yeah.
talks really openly about, as a particular Christmas time, she was like, look, I'm just not one of those girls that can let their hair down.
Yeah.
She said, I don't know if many people can relate. And honestly, the comments were just
Yeah.
amazing. But she was like, I really tried the other night to go out with the girls, let my hair down, have fun. But she was like, I just can't. And I think
Yeah.
that's just me. me. And you know what? I've kind of accepted it. But every time I try and do it, I feel like I'm just forcing it. But
Yeah, you're forcing yourself to be something you're not. And that's the
Totally.
thing. I think you see all these huge CEOs and they're always really big personalities that are like really great at getting out there. She's quite honest that she loves to be in home by
but she
bed
probably
at
can't
9.
switch off. You know what I mean?
No,
It's
yeah.
also
She's
like
got a real business head.
It's protecting your energy as well. It's like some people are just more introverted, and actually being with people like takes their energy.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
But it's
I can
nice to see
relate.
that you can still be so successful on that scale, whether you're introverted or not. You know, you can still do it 100%.
Exactly.
But I don't know about you. Sometimes I'm like, I'll arrive at, I don't know, a gathering, and then my social battery will just, I'm like, I need to leave now.
That's just
I have to leave now.
Oh, my brother-in-law.
We've done this so many times.
You're just Irish exiting. My brother-in-law came for Christmas, and like by like I want to say like day 5 of being with all of us, he was just mute. And I'm like, "Are you all right?" He's like, "I've been with you guys for so long. I've got nothing else left to say. I've got nothing left. I've got nothing." I was like, "It does happen though."
It
I was
really
like, "Fair
does.
enough. Like it's a normal thing."
I'm also very excited for Stranger Things, the final season. Do you guys have you guys watched
watch it.
Guys, it's so good. There's a reason it's one of
well,
Netflix's
you know
like biggest
It's far too
shows.
gone now, and I just
No,
don't think
it's
I
not.
can catch up.
It's not. It's good, and it's not like I feel like people see it and think, oh, it's like kids, but it's not. It's not that vibe. It's like kids shouldn't be in the show. Like
Okay.
it's quite
It's also quite dark.
It's very dark.
I don't like that. I feel like I'm watching the TV like that.
Oh, I see.
Can't.
Yeah, you need to close the
From
curtains.
the like Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince, I was like, this is getting too dark. Like physically, I can't see anything on the screen.
Turn
I'm
the
just getting
brightness
annoyed.
up.
Yeah, literally.
Have you guys seen the other show on Netflix? It's called Missing You.
Oh, I
like
did
the
see
new-
the trailer last night, yeah.
It's quite good. I'm only like midway through. It's basically about the main character is a police detective, and she joins this dating app and basically comes across this guy she used to date who one day just completely disappeared, and it's basically finding out what happened to him whilst this other sort of stories happening at the same time. Obviously they're all gonna like do that, aren't they? But it's actually really good. It's one of those things, and I felt this with Fool Me Once as well. Every episode you're like, but how? Like what does that connect to? And like how is this all gonna make sense at the end? And then the end it always does.
And then because you see the next one, you're like, okay, let me go back.
But yeah, it's good. But sorry, I had the absolute jump scare of my life. I was like watching it, and there was this scene, and I was like, wait a second, who is that? It's G.K. Barry.
I've seen this.
She's in it. Oh my god, I saw her post it. Yes, I do know. Yes,
God,
yes.
she's thriving.
But she's like, it's like a basically like a kind of cutaway thing where it's like a montage of her. So she's like, without giving away, she's like someone in it, but she hasn't spoken or anything yet. And I was like, wait, what? But that's sick. When did she have
She's
time?
smashing it, honestly.
Must have been pre-jungle.
You must have been.
Pre-jungle.
I
Back
was
in
like,
the jungle.
when did you? Yeah, how
She's
sick.
smashing it.
Amazing.
She really is.
Oh, love that.
The Blake Lively and Justin
Baldoni.
Baldoni.
Wow. I mean, it was like the whole thing was weird. Like everyone knew there was some weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
The PR for the movie was weird. We spoke about that in a couple episodes
He
ago.
wasn't at the premiere.
Yeah, we all
I
knew
think
something
there'd
was
been
happening.
a lot of like issues between them.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's like
And now it's kind of reached a head. So so hang on. He has sued her and she has sued him.
Yeah.
but she sued him first.
She
This
sued
is
him
a
first.
And now
fantasy.
he has done a £250 million lawsuit against
Her and the New York
for
Times.
defamation.
Yeah. I mean, we obviously are not speaking with opinions because we don't know what has happened and we don't know all the details. But what's interesting to me, and we were saying this yesterday, is how like the digital world is just quite scary. Like how you can pay someone to essentially make someone else's character look worse. Like you can pay for certain videos to be more viral that are talking shit about someone, or you know, it's weird that that's someone's actual job to do that.
And you can see all the WhatsApp messages.
Yeah.
The Vardy case.
Oh yes, true.
Agatha Christie.
True.
Like,
But my thing is, how does it get so like obviously when you're like I guess suing someone, you've got to provide evidence. So that's where these screenshots have come from.
Yeah.
How does it then get on the internet?
well, that's the thing, because if it's a public case, right? So it's like open to whoever. Like the only thing I'll say, whilst I know that TikTok isn't always great for things like that, when it came down to things like Depp and Heard, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I did enjoy a lot of the TikTok bits because they really do pick out some people. You know, they're really intelligent people that just have TikTok, and they're really quite in the middle. They're neutral most of the time, right? So they just pick out the main things. And sometimes I'm like, you're doing a better job than the BBC half the time. Like, you've given it to me straight. I'll take it. I like, you know, you can't take it for gospel. But I'm like, thanks, like you've done a bit. So I feel like once all the evidence is out, it'll be interesting to see what TikTok takes from it, because you can obviously see pro and like different sides of it, and you can kind of make your own mind up. But they do pick out like some of the key information. So I'm leaving it to all the TikTok gods to do it for me.
It is worrying though, because still with not having all the information, people make such like strong opinions about it and like such strong sides, and they're so polarized. I'm like, but you don't even
And
know
I guess
the
you're
half
right
of
in that
it.
certain videos take off more, don't
Yeah.
they? So, like,
But yeah, I guess we should stay tuned for what unfolds with
What's
that.
to come.
But also quickly, obviously the Golden Globes just went.
Yeah.
We won't talk about it too much because all of our coverage on that is on TikTok and on our site. But Zendaya, is she engaged?
Guys,
Amazing.
those two, they are living a real life.
Honestly, and I
absolutely
feel
love
like
them.
that's so him. That is so Tom
Yeah.
Holland coded to just be like,
Yeah, I know.
like, carry on.
And it's from a British designer. I can't remember the name now, but it's
really?
like a gorgeous. I was looking at the
Love
website. I was like,
that.
oh my god, he spent a lot of money.
So it's like they're such a good, like they feel like such
Yeah.
a wholesome couple that actually uplifts each other.
It's so
He
lovely.
said, what did he say?
He's her
that,
biggest fan, isn't
I
he?
know. And he said that the reason he doesn't go on red carpets with her is because it's her moment. I was like,
Oh, that's so sweet.
have you seen all the comments are like, congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Zendaya?
Yeah, what's she gonna do back? She's never
Well,
last name. Well,
everybody's
she
like-
does.
Everybody's like, well, given that Tom's obviously going to take Zendaya's surname, is he just going to be Tom? Is it just Zendaya and Tom?
That is
Yeah.
so funny. But this is like a trend now. The like
Yeah.
low key engagements.
Yeah.
People just not
Dua Lipa?
saying
Huge
Dua
thing.
Lipa. Well, we don't know even if that's definitely.
I
a
don't think
thing.
it's been actually confirmed.
No, it's
No.
not. But
It's still, but
might
it's
be.
kind of nice though seeing
Yeah.
like the younger generation of celebs like kind of
Switching
take
it up.
back
Yeah.
their autonomy type of thing.
Yeah, I'm over the sort of, you know, the
The
rose
huge-
petals.
Yeah,
I
oh,
know,
God.
and I feel like especially like with celebs, it's always been a thing. You always see these huge grand engagements, but I
Yeah.
feel like it does almost put like a bad thing in younger people's minds that that's what you should expect, and like sometimes it just needs. I mean, it's so up to the person, but I
Yeah.
feel like it should be personal, right?
Yeah.
Like,
What would your dream engagement
I
be?
feel like we've spoken about this before.
we?
I don't know what my dream engagement would
knows.
be.
She's
Like, I was going to say, she's like, let me play cool. Let me
No,
play cool.
I've always been really careful to, whenever I say this to Ryan, I've never told him what to do. I've just told him what not to do.
I absolutely never a public place.
Yes, never with
Agreed.
other people. I don't want a
Never in
restaurant with random people around me.
Agreed. Never a restaurant.
I said and this is maybe a bit vain, but I want it to be filmed because I know
I think that's quite fair.
in the moment I will black out. So
Yeah,
it's
fair.
not to post anywhere. It's so that I can relive
To be
it.
fair, my best friend said that. I was like, how was it? She's like, I don't remember.
Exactly.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
She's like, I fully just don't remember anything. Like her fiance was having to tell her like what
That's so
happened.
funny.
So you're right. I feel you're so valid there. Daisy's gonna be like, at the end of London Marathon.
Oh
No, be quiet.
Stop. You know, actually.
I would think, honestly, can you imagine on Christmas Day? if you
That would
opened
be
a little
so
See, that wouldn't be mine.
fires roaring,
Yes.
it's snowing outside.
Mine would be like, we're by ourselves, but then I'd like to go back and everyone's there.
That's why
Do
it's
you know what I
nice to
mean?
then celebrate with other people.
All your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that sort of thing.
Shall we move on to the LG Hotline, which for those who don't know is where we answer questions from our audience. Also, before we move on, here is a quick reminder to please subscribe. It really helps us out. You can subscribe to us anywhere that you listen to your podcasts or on YouTube.
Are we ready for the first one?
Yes,
Yes.
hit me.
I hate this weather.
Valid.
And I just don't know what to wear. What are your guys' winter heroes this season?
Today is freezing. This is
There was a lot of inspo in the SL office
There
today, to be
is.
fair.
Yes.
proper like this is like a 2 almost it's going minus degrees today.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
think so.
Yeah.
It's very cold. I'm wearing a big Borg white fluffy jacket situation. I think it's from Topshop. It's quite old Topshop. It's reversible. So one
Okay.
side's like this brown faux leather, and then the other side is just like fluffy. So I've got the fluffy.
That
on
is
the
a great
outside.
hack.
I know.
Reversible.
Reversible
Good.
way to
And just
go.
go oversized so you can really wear like a chunky jumper underneath. I wasn't wearing these. I was wearing a pair of Bobby's boots that are flat and they've got like not fur but faux fur on the inside.
Literally.
Have you got
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
They are the best thing
Snow
for like
boots.
walking when it's cold.
Great investment.
And then I did go for cords because they just feel a bit warmer.
Yeah.
But recently, I like literally this weekend, I went to Uniqlo and stocked up on my thermals.
Thermals.
They do the best thermals, and they have it. So it says on it the different temperatures. So you
Yes.
can choose like what you want. So if you're
Yeah,
going
yeah.
skiing, you could get like the minus
The
whatever.
heat tech ones, so
exactly.
good.
They're so good. and
M&S's
they're
heat
so
tech are
thin.
good as
Yeah,
well.
really good.
Really?
Yeah, they do
M&S.
roll neck ones, which actually
Oh, that's
are the
well good.
chicest little black roll necks.
Yeah.
And they keep you super warm.
That would be mine, like layers. I
Yeah.
feel like you can make layers look cool now. Like I've
100%.
got more inspo from the office. Like sometimes if you have like a knitted waistcoat, pair it over a roll neck, that sort
Yeah.
of thing. Like nice accessories, like get a chunky scarf, get a chunky hat. Like
Yeah.
it makes your outfit look nice. And I feel like when you see pictures of yourself, do you know like when you think of winter, you just think of like a black puffer?
Yeah.
I feel like the more you put effort into it, the more you look back and you're like, oh, I was actually quite warm that day. I
Yeah.
actually looked all right. Like it's quite nice. You don't want to have to feel like you can't move.
Yeah.
So I'd say go for accessories, like invest in some like warm accessories, but that look nice. So like your Birks, why not? Like
Yeah.
I know they are a bit expensive, but it's a good investment. If you're gonna wear them, they look cute.
Exactly.
that
You'll
sort of
stay
thing.
warm. Mittens as well, I must say.
love
Or
mittens.
gloves, whatever.
Yeah.
But like I recently got mittens.
Love them.
Which I was like, why mittens? But like actually they're really helpful because you
Yeah.
can just
But the
Put the
mittens on the
fingers out.
string, I know the
they're
Maxim
not on
ones
a
are the OG ones, but like Accessorize do some, M&S had some, like mittens on a string. Again, it looks
Lovely.
nice in a picture if you're like feeling that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of aesthetic. Also very like helpful.
I've just got a gorgeous new mink coloured fur balaclava from Topshop on
I
ASOS.
really want one. I've got
So good.
like a black one, but I do look like an egg. I think I
Oh,
need.
me too. You gotta embrace it.
You need to kind of have it sitting slightly
of
back
hair,
so you
yeah.
see your hair.
Well, I like the ones that are like basically like the triangle scarves.
Yeah,
that we've
yeah,
got,
you can
but
tie them.
Yeah.
They're little ones that you can just tie here. I feel like
Underneath
that would
your chin.
suit my
Yeah, nice.
face a
Yeah.
bit more.
So
So I'm
nice.
on the
See,
hunt for a good one of
accessories are the
those.
way to go.
And
Yeah.
also some really nice faux fur slippers from Zara. They're
Yes.
like slip on, but so nice.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And you know what? I feel like this is me becoming an adult, finally listening to the advice I was given for years. When you can, when it's not too expensive, honestly, invest in wool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything that really is wool, oh my God, you notice the difference. I was like, Christ, my parents were right all along. Like,
there's
it
loads
actually,
of-
like, makes sense.
There's loads of good high street cashmere at the moment. If you look to like H&M or COS,
Yeah.
and also in the sales.
So
Now's
good.
the time.
COS sale was so good. Excellent.
Have you guys got any cool apps? I've just got an iPad for Christmas. Ooh, lovely. And want to know what to download.
Okay.
I've just become an iPad kid as well.
Yeah.
Did you like my Insta last night?
Oh my God, I loved it. It was so good.
Do you have games on your iPad?
I mean, because I've had one for a while, but I've just now started using it at work. So I've actually been looking for apps as well. On TikTok, everyone is saying to get GoodNotes. So I've just got it.
Okay.
And you basically, it's kind of like a Google Drive. Like you can link it to all of your devices and it's like documents, but you can also download these things that basically mean that there's like calendars already there and you can just scribble on them. It has like stickers, it has like notebook pages, and it's all obviously digital.
Love it.
And there's like tabs and you can make it all different colours. It's basically just makes life.
But you're a
much
real
easier.
organised queen, aren't you?
I love
Just talking on the iPad, so I've been stealing my dad's over Christmas, and he's
sorry.
got a stylus, and that's how I've added text on my
love that.
grid photos.
Oh, I love
Honestly, it's the
that.
most fun thing to play around with,
Yeah.
and you can make the fonts look great. You can
it's so
change the
nice.
colours. So yeah, I had loads of questions about that on my Insta, so that is how to do it. Also, Shuffles, which is Pinterest app. You can create mood boards.
Oh yes, I was
Oh,
doing this at Christmas because I was like, wait, this is a new thing,
Yeah.
and you can do like collages.
Yeah,
and
so you
stuff.
can take actual pins
Yeah.
and create a mood board. So I know a lot of people ask, how do you create your vision boards? There's Canva, obviously, but Shuffles is a really good one.
Oh, I might do that actually. Mine is a bit boring, but I'm telling everybody, I've done a whole year of it, free prints. Everybody
yes.
stores their photos on their phone. You don't see it. And it's so nice to make albums for people, to like frame them. Like photos really are the best kind of memories, right? Because you just have them there all the time. And free prints is so good. It's 45 free prints a month. That's more than one a day, right?
That's great.
45. All you pay for is delivery, which I think starts from like $3.99. So it's like $3.99, but you have like, I have my whole year in photos and it's just so nice. It's a really good app to do.
Love that. Okay, cool TikTok recipes you're actually making.
I mean, I've always done that cucumber thing, which we've spoken about before. But one I've not made yet, but I really want to make is the Anna Paul pasta. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, I think I have. I think I saw her doing it. Yeah.
Well, everyone's calling it the Anna Paul pasta. It's like a traditional Turkish dish, I think. But it's basically just pasta. And the base of it is like Greek yogurt, and you mince some garlic into it and something else. And then separate to that, you fry minced beef, and you like put loads of spices in it, and there's some tomatoes and stuff, whatever. And then you basically like layer it up, and it just like, it sounds so simple, but everyone's saying it's incredible. Oh, I've missed the most important part. There's this like, no, the pasta's there. The most important part is the paprika butter.
Oh,
So she literally just
delicious.
melts a bit of butter and puts paprika in it, and then you pour it on the top, and that's like the finishing touch.
Sounds delightful.
It sounds so good, and I don't know why I've not tried it yet, but I really want to try it.
Mine is a little different. Me and my family, obsessed when you're like running out of time, all that sort of thing. Guys, tray bakes.
I love a tray bake.
Tray bakes, life changing. There's books about tray bakes. They are throw it in, put it in the
Bit
oven.
shake, bang.
Tray's done.
Yeah.
So
Tray
good.
bakes, so good. You can throw anything in it. Just get a good roasting tin, and like you're sorted. It's your evening's done. You can make it healthy. So easy.
Love that. Days, what
Whipped
about
feta.
you?
So whipped
Yum.
feta is such a trend, but I've tried a few. So whipped feta, cream cheese, a bit of lemon zest, olive oil, and create that on your bed, and then roast some tomatoes on top, and then just dip some sourdough bread into it.
Yum.
Or you can do like roasted carrots on top,
I feel like she's inspired me to roast some vine tomatoes.
Yeah, I love it.
crispy garlic potatoes like you can crush. So roast them, then put them on top of the whipped feta, and then you can like use them to dip.
That sounds delicious.
So good.
I honestly, anytime I don't know what to make, I just go on TikTok and find a
There's so
recipe.
much
Or if I
inspo.
want like a recipe for something that I want to make, I just look at it on
Straight
TikTok.
away. Yeah,
Search
so good.
engine. Love it. What beauty products have you recently added to your routine?
This, the Huda Beauty, is the faux
you've
filter.
got it with you.
I have it, honestly, I
Sorry.
always have it on me. The faux filter Huda Beauty in a Fire. It's so good. It just looks like normal gloss, but it adds like a little bit more. It lasts for ages. And with a really nice liner, I think I've been using the Refi, I want to say it's in sepia. It's a really dark lip liner, but it kind of gives that slightly faint line. And it's great. Great for the skin colour. I love it. And also very much on the brown makeup kind of vibe. Brown eyeliner. It makes such a difference. Revitalash have a really nice crayon. It doesn't move. It's so easy to apply. Just a little bit on the edges. Not too harsh. Nice for every day.
Clinique's brown mascara as well is really nice. But also Glossier's Balm.com in Biscotti.
Ooh.
That's like my favourite winter
Yeah.
lippy. Have you guys tried the Neon Magnesium Body Butter?
No,
It's like
but
a
that
body
sounds
cream.
incredible.
And it sort of smells like lavender, and you lather it on after a shower before you go to bed, and
my
it just
God.
really calms me and smells amazing.
I need that ASAP.
After a hot shower, so good.
Lavender anything.
Also,
I feel
actually,
is-
Drowsy, they do a magnesium body cleanser, which I've had in the shower as well. I'm just loving magnesium. I think it
Yeah.
sort of helps with muscles.
It's so
and-
good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
So nice. I am loving, I mean, we've talked about the Merit Flush Balm for ages, but I basically had one and it never really looked right on me. And I've now found a shade that like is my shade. And I cannot remember what it's called, but we'll put it up.
I was going to say Fox is also a good one. I don't know if it's
Is
that
it?
one.
I don't think it's that
Okay,
one. It's got I think it's one of the newer ones, but it's the one I'm wearing now. It's a bit more of like a berry, like reddish vibe.
Nice.
So loving that. Another thing, everyone keeps asking me about my hair being shiny, and I was like, oh, is it? But it must be working.
is.
I have been using the Larry King rosemary oil for like a year now.
okay.
And I put it into wet hair, or also like if I've got flyaways, I'll just kind of do that. And I think that's honestly the thing that's changed in my
I'm
hair care
running.
routine.
I will run to get that,
It
honestly.
smells amazing.
Oh, well, that was brilliant.
Yeah, lovely. Now I need to have lunch because I feel like we're talking about food a lot.
I haven't
and
had my
I'm
breakfast.
hungry.
My special K
know,
is
I'm
sat waiting for me.
hungry.
Oh my God. Okay, well, let's go. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. And once again, here's a reminder to please go subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and also on YouTube. And we will see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.